Hi and namaste. In this video today I show you how to create a cinematic film look with like every camera.
My name is Benjamin Jaworskyj, photographer and adventurer. 10 years ago, I started to teach myself photography. Today, I travel the world as a professional photographer and filmmaker. Learn from my experiences, mistakes and tips and join me on my photography adventures.
Thank you, honestly, thank you for all the viewers and subscribers on this channel. I just checked the analytics and there are plenty of people watching from India, so shout out to you. A lot of from Indonesia, a lot of are from the US, from Canada, from all over the world. So wherever you are watching this video from, write it in the comments below. So enough talking. How to achieve a cinematic film look with like every camera. I show you. But the first thing you have to do is film material. So film nice material and don't film it in an oversaturated look, like landscape, like portrait, like vivid or anything, just neutral. Just a neutral picture profile. You don't have to put saturation down or anything, just neutral, and then the rest I show you on this computer. As you can see, I already prepared some footage for you, and this is just random footage. It makes actually no sense, but it's just footage filmed with an A6000. So on these two scenes, it's an A6000 without any special settings or any S-Log or something. This is filmed with a Canon LIGTROOM, so it's a V-Log camera, Mini X, and not the best picture profile, but looks kind of cinematic as well. This is filmed with a DJI Mavic drone, and this is filmed in S-Log with an A7R II. So I show you how to make everything look more cinematic. And actually you just need two things for this, and I already have those two things applied to my video here. You can see that everything here in my Adobe Premiere Pro CC is in German. I'm sorry for that, so it's kind of a learning situation, a double learning situation for you. You learn some nice new video skills and as well some German here. I have no idea how to change language. If you have any idea how to change language in English in this thing on a Mac, write it in the comments below. I didn't find anything. As well, there might be some planes flying over me in the next minutes, like every minute now. It's rush hour. I live next to an airport with my studio, and like every minute a fucking plane flies over my head. So, but anyway, let's do this. I will just disable those two things here and you can see what they are actually doing. So one thing is for color, this thing here, and it's a kind of look thing, and the other thing is more for format and for more like psychological thing that it looks more cinematic. Because when you go to a cinema, you have a different scale because they film with a different scale, and you get those black bars when you watch it in TV or even when you watch it in a cinema, but they don't add those bars, they usually film just in that format. But when you can't do it, just film regular HD, you can add those bars, or you can even just make your project or your sequence in that special format, but I don't usually do it. I just add those black bars and it's the easiest way. Those black bars, they're called CinemaScope or sometimes crop lines, you can get on my website. So you just go on learnfromben.com. There as well you get nice courses about landscape photography, LIGHTROOM, post-processing landscape photos, but those things you get for free. So just go on my blog there, I will put it in the description as well. There you get those crop lines, you just download it, it's a PNG file, and then you just drag it into your window here. I can just do it, you just do it like this, drag it into your window, I will delete the old file, and now as you can see here in front of it is nothing, and now when that starts, bam, there are the crop lines, and you can now make them longer. Now it's over the whole video sequence here. Okay, so the first thing, crop lines. Looks pretty cinematic already, doesn't it? Okay, the second thing you need is this here, the color thing. And I most of the times work with an LUT, and an LUT, it's called lookup table. It's a preset actually. You can compare it to a Lightroom preset. When you are used to Lightroom, it's just a little color thing. You can see when I disable it or when I put it on, it looks like this. And this is just one LUT. Actually, this is an LUT I created myself. Let's make a quick wrap up. I use Premiere Pro CC as already mentioned, and there in the CC version you have the lumetri color thing. It's that thing here on the right side. In CS6 you won't have it, unfortunately. In Final Cut Pro X you don't have it like this as well. You can get a plugin. I don't know what it's like today, but like 1.5 or 2 years ago when I changed to Premiere, there was not such a thing. There was a plugin that you can buy. I bought this and I tried it out and all the stuff, but it was not the coolest thing to work with. That was one reason why I changed over to the Adobe thing. But anyway, here you can do it like this. You just go here on the project thing on the bottom side, and as well here on the top, when it's not like this already, you can change from like working space or cutting space, I don't know what it's called in English right now, to color, to effects, to audio. And I go to color because I want to add color. And then here on the left hand side I go to the project, and here you can see project LUT. That's what I just called it. And that is important because there you find that bar. And when you work on a laptop or anything, it might look like this. So just open it a bit and then you can find that little thing here. And it looks like in Photoshop. And you just click it, then there comes that pop-up thing, and then you take the layer. In German it's Einstellungsebene. So I click the Einstellungsebene and I just click OK because everything is well presetted already. And then I just take that thing and drag it like the CinemaScopes on my video. But now the important thing is I drag it beneath my CinemaScope thing. So usually first do color, last thing CinemaScope. So this is on top, this is below. It's just like layers in Photoshop. So everything which is beneath that layer now gets affected by the layer. So when I now have that thing, you can see the black bars have no color look or anything, they're just plain black, but everything, all the clips beneath have applied the LUT. So let's get over to the LUT. You can find it here on the right hand side in the lumetri color thing. As mentioned, when you don't find it, just go here on top on color. And then there are two things. There's that LUT thing that I use usually only when I use log format. When I don't use log format, I don't use that top thing. That is the first mistake a lot of people do. The second thing I go is to creative, and in creative you find a look. And it's kind of confusing because it's LUT as well, but it's called look. Anyway, I go on look, and here's already a LUT applied. That is my own LUT. I created it myself for my Sweden trip. So this is footage from my Sweden trip. I did a road trip, 4 weeks, 2 weeks in Sweden, 2 weeks in Norway with my camper van. You might see some videos as well on the English channel from that, at least some footage for some tutorial videos. And there you can choose which LUT you want. The great thing about this window here is you can change the intensity of the LUT. So you can do it like almost no, or just a bit, or just a bit more, or just super strong, or anything. And then you change how much you want to use it. But don't worry, you don't have to create your own LUTs now. Maybe I do some video on this, just write in the comments below if you are interested in this. And there are many already inside Premiere LUTs, like the Kodak thing, for example, looks not too bad, and you can put it on more intensity, for example, or there as well are some other Kodak or Fuji. Those are like film looks emulated as an LUT. You can apply that on your footage already. That gets kind of a cinematic look already. There are some black and white LUTs as well that look very cool. This one is, for example, more faded, this one is more saturated. And if you want to fade anything, you can even do it here down below. That is a great thing about the new Lumetri panel here, because it's so easy and almost like Lightroom, but with video. And that's what I like, when it's simple, when it's easy, and you can just use it even if you have no idea what you're doing. Second thing you can do is you can buy LUTs from the internet. There are plenty and tons of LUTs, but there are as well many free LUTs as well. And I just checked my computer now for some LUTs. And there you can see I have some S-Log LUTs, and down below I have some Osiris LUTs, and those are some I think I bought, but with a package for Final Cut, and they made the plug-in for Final Cut. I think they have some free LUTs as well, so you can check them out. And a great LUT, for example, is the M31 LUT. And because we did not film in log, but in rec format, it's called Rec 709, I just apply that one, click OK, and then you can see the LUT is applied. And then now I can change how much I want it. Do I want it like this? Or do I want it more like this? Or do I want it like something in the middle? And then I can just watch the whole video what the LUT actually does. And it looks not too bad. Pretty cinematic, isn't it? But with the log footage, it doesn't work too good because it's a different workflow when you work with log. But maybe I'll do some other video on this. This is how to achieve, a cinematic film look with like every camera. Just sum it up pretty fast. You need cinemascopers, they get you the psychological look already, which looks pretty cinematic. The second thing is a kind of color things, and the color things you get with LUTs, and you can just apply them on your video footages with a layer. And this is how to achieve a cinematic look with like every camera. This is A6000 again. This is just a Canon Legria. This is just a drone, DJI Mavic. And this is actually log footage, but it looks not too good because log works a bit different. Boom! This was how to create a cinematic film look with like every camera. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I really look forward to where we go with this channel. And if you have any topics I should talk about filmmaking, about photography that you are interested in, maybe even about travel, that's what I do a lot, you just write it in the comments below. Check me out on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, it's just @Jaworskyj, I put it somewhere there below, and we see us next time, if you want, on this channel. So, never forget, sag mal Einstellung, Digga, und